Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition on the Gray Area here on the BMU network, simulcasting on the Sparta HQ network. So I am Mr. Bennett, followed by my partner, as always. Hit me one more time with that. You got to hit it again. Hit it again. Sparta! With my man that goes to Sparta, a.k.a. Peter, a.k.a. Panagiotis. Y'all see my brother? What's going on?
Oh, what is going on, everybody?
It's good to be here with you guys on this Sunday as we either end your week or start your week. Don't know how you want to catalog it, but we appreciate everyone being here in the gray area on this Sunday evening. As you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, certainly make sure that you hit the like button as you come in and consider subscribing to the BMU Network as well as the Sparta HQ Network. As we certainly bring you weekly content and hopefully thoughtful dialogue, to entertain you during the week. Also consider, so dropping a cash app to the Black Men Unfiltered Network as well. And, certainly anything that you bring to us, we appreciate. But just to kind of give a salute to the panel that came in. So my man Eric, he's in the panel tonight. Missed you last night on certainly on the Hangout show. We were talking about Vince McMahon and the WWE, but I know he went back and he watched it later on. But, certainly always good to have him in the house. Milani, again, good to have you in here. Catellia, as always, thank you for your support. Certainly, good to have you here as well. Edward Gilbert is also in the chat tonight. Again, shout out to you, my brother. Thank you also for being here. And of course, A-Team 3307, always supporting us, always holding us down for us. So again, we appreciate you guys coming into the chat, and certainly people who will come into the chat later on. And so looking forward to a good show. So we're going to be talking about grooming tonight. I know we had a show a couple weeks ago talking about beards, the beard versus the no beard and whatnot, history of that. So we're going to have a more detailed discussion, and I'm assuming this is going to focus in on mostly Ben's grooming. We're going to talk about before we go there. I have a little bit of a rant. I don't know. I think I'm starting to show my old age, even though I may not look it, but I'm starting to show it a little bit. So last night. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm becoming that get off my lawn guy from Gran Torino or something. I don't know. I'm just getting increasingly annoyed. So as you know, Pete, certainly as much, my wife and I, we like to go out. We still have our date nights. So the goal is at least once a month we go out on a date, and so we typically pick a nice restaurant. Again, it's not the Four Seasons. It's not necessarily Del Frisco's or anything like that. But what's that?
It doesn't have to be. If you guys enjoy where you go, and
exactly,
I found a hole in a wall around a corner from me, like a couple of years back. It's a little, I call it El Taco. It looks like a dump, but when you get the food,
some of those places have the dopest food, no question about it. No, but there are those times again. You're going out, you get dressed a little bit. Again, we're not dressed to the nines or anything like that, but you want to be presentable when you go to an establishment, especially a nice kind of establishment. We've gone to like different resorts. Mariana Constantine, again, thank you for being with us this evening. But you go to like a nice kind of resorts restaurant, maybe overlooking a golf course or something, or over a pier. Last night we went to this restaurant, Seasons 52 in Edison near Menlo Park Mall, and again, nice atmosphere. I read up on the dress code, because again, I when I go somewhere, I always like to dress either at level or one level above the crowd. That's always just been a thing with me when I go out. And a lot of times, lately when we've been going out there, folks are not showing up well dressed for dinner. I don't know what it is. And I know you've certainly worked in the restaurant industry and cooking and whatnot, so I know what your view on that. But I mean, folks are going to dinner and they're in. Now, I don't mind jeans. I think you can dress up jeans very nicely. Jeans with a nice pair of shoes or boots, a nice button shirt, and a blazer jacket is a fly look. In fact, I saw some of that last night. That's a fly look to have when you're going out. So I think jeans you can dress up jeans. But I mean, folks are going in shorts. They're going in T-shirts. They wear their hat. Now, I want to ask you a cultural question, grooming. For Greeks, are there things such as dinner etiquette or restaurant etiquette that you are taught when you're going out to a restaurant or whatever? Is there a way you dress? Do you have things like, wearing a hat at the table? Things of that nature. So, are there any rules of etiquette, dining etiquette that Greeks are like?
Never seen a Greek dressed down, meaning they're dressed to the nine. The jeans, yes, it depends on the jean. If you're getting something like cheap jeans, like from American Eagle, can't say American Eagle anymore because they're actually pretty expensive now. Something like a Walmart brand, for example, that the quality is not there.
Right.
Versus Kevin Klein, American Eagle, Levi's, or whatever. a better quality jean. That could be a dress pants jean. It depends what shoe. You can wear good sneakers that look like a dress shoe, like Jordans, for example. Actually, some Under Armour shoes now are coming out that are looking than what's the fucking call it?
I'm still trying to get there yet. I'm not quite there yet with the sneakers yet. I gotta admit. I know guys now they're wearing suits with the sneakers and stuff like that. I'm still not there yet, but I know that's a trend.
Has a sneaker. It doesn't look like a sneaker, but it is a sneaker. But it's a dress shoe. They call it a dress sneaker because it looks higher end. And actually, I think I have it in my Amazon cart, one of them. But shirt, this wouldn't fly, to be honest. There's some of you just hang out with the boys playing some video games or have coffee.
Exactly.
Polo or again, there are shirts like this has nice Kevin. Again, I'm going to use Kevin Klein because his class are more classier clothes. You can get something from Kevin Klein like a t-shirt, but it's for dress attire.
Right.
Button down.
Yeah, you can wear like the white shirt. Like I like that Don Johnson look from back in the 80s. The white shirt with the jacket on or whatever. Again, you can dress up. So jeans, a nice, well-fitting pair of jeans, a nice shirt, but again, you wear a jacket over it or whatever. Again, that's you can rock that look. I get that. But I'm talking about guys at the table wearing a shirt like the one you're wearing or the one I'm wearing shorts, wearing baseball caps. And again, these aren't young people. These are people my age. These are Gen Xers. These are older millennials who you would think would have some sense. There was a quartet couple to the side of us. They were wearing Timbs and jeans and hoodies, and they had their knitted caps on the whole time.
It's disgusting.
I mean, it's like it's dinner, bro. It was a nice, high class, definitely a nice place. If you want to go to a restaurant that's, I would say, medium price. Again, it's not Del Frisco's. You're not gonna spend $250 on dinner. We got it out of there for maybe about just over $100. Appetizer and everything included and whatnot. Very nice place, nice atmosphere. Again, a nice place to take your lady out for dinner, or to take some friends out for dinner in a classy place. There were not a lot of kids there. People, kids weren't crying and whining all over the place and whatnot. So a nice place. And people nowadays, they just dress
like here.
I'm still not there yet. I recognize it. And yes, those look very fly. The Tommy Hilfigers, again, very fly. I get it. But I think if you're gonna wear a nice pair of slacks or suit, I still prefer shoes when it comes to dress.
And where you're going to wear a suit. Now most of the higher end places, a 5-star restaurant.
I get it. Like I said, I'm old.
Star ones don't even require to wear a suit anymore.
I get it. I'm old school like that. I try to be as progressive as I possibly can. I just can't get over that.
I'm on your side. What I'm saying, you should not be dressing like a fucking bum. I know this has nothing to do with it, but I'll give you this is a great example. You know how many times I go to the grocery store and I see women, and I think men actually wearing pajamas going out. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You're so fucking lazy to wear a pair of sweatpants at least. Like pajamas at the fucking supermarket.
Yeah. But even that doesn't bother me as much. I don't know. Maybe it should. But that kind of sex, again, I grew up with that. I like on Saturdays or whatnot, women would be in bonnets, going to the laundromat and whatnot. Actually, I thought they looked sexy as heck, man. I mean, I used to love seeing women in their natural on a Saturday. Yeah, go get your hair done. Go to the laundromat and whatnot. You wear them booty shorts and stuff, looking fly as you want to be. That was a sexy look for me back in the day. So I don't mind that. But I'm talking if you're going out to a public establishment, at the very least, okay, don't wear offensive shirts, with MFR on it or whatever the thing is. I mean, try to bring some class again to the establishment. Now, again, I know certain people, they don't, the high end places, they may insist on, okay, you have to have a dinner jacket. Some insist that you can't wear jeans. Again, even though I think jeans can be fly. Again, a nice pair of jeans, a nice pair of shoes or boots with the jacket and blazer,
So
that's a fly look. But the high end establishments insist on that. But again, even the places that maybe it's not written in stone, I'm still thinking you need to have a little bit of class
mhm.
when you are going into an establishment. At least that's just me. But I was just looking around, and because I was so concerned about what is classism is an issue. I don't know. I mean, you want to expound on that?
So
I don't know if it's class or not, or just etiquette, and maybe it's a European
either,
thing. I don't know, but it's
either,
just that's where I was growing. At the very least, you take off your hat when you sit down to eat. That was always something that was just, or some people, you take off your hat when you're indoors. Okay, fine, but when you sit down to dinner or whatnot, you take your hat off. That was always something that was just taught. And again, it may not every culture vibe or rock with that or whatever, but I almost felt overdressed because just looking around me, and I've spent so much time just want to make sure I was presentable before I went there, and they're like, people don't care. And again, older people in their 50s and 40s, they're walking in like that, so it's not just a young person's thing.
So I'm gonna ask Marina to back me up on this because she also works in the restaurant business like I do. So I am not only seeing people are lazy, dress, all this stuff. I think it's also the ownership of this pattern. They don't want to scare away money. So if you say, "Oh, you cannot come in because you're wearing kicks or you're wearing Jordans or you're wearing sweatpants versus dress pants or you're not dressed to the T," but they do have the money. And they reach in their pocket, they have literally a fat roll of hundreds. Like, yeah, what? My money's not good enough for you? I think that's what it came down to in the day. It's not more about, oh, are you dressed correctly or can you afford this? What they do for a living is a whole different story. We don't give a shit. We give a shit what's going on at the restaurant. And at that point is like one of the people I actually follow on Instagram, one of bodybuilders, he goes, mind your own goddamn business. That's one of the cases. Like, we gotta mind our business. He's dressed that way. We dress our way. It shouldn't be like that. It should be, if it's a dress code, if it's a 5-star restaurant, Michelin star, excuse me. Yeah, you should dress a certain way. But it doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. Even people go on dates, don't even care about dressing up. I remember going on a date. You had, you put your, dress pant, dress shirt on or a polo. You pick which is the best cologne. You make sure your necklace is on, your watch is on, maybe a nice bracelet, a good earrings, glasses, hair's gel is done. You look sharp when you went on a date. Now,
I know you would talk about, but you would dress pretty stylish. I mean, Greek men typically, kind of cutting edge on the style and yeah.
Keep in mind, we don't go off the brands. Now they kind of do a little bit. Things have changed a little bit in Greece also since I was there. But brands doesn't mean shit. I might pick up certain brands like Klein, Under Armour, Tim's, and so on because of comfortability reasons.
Right. But I'm saying, but the look that you presented though, back, you would dress pretty stylish back in the day. Like a lot of Greek men, they put a lot of pride into a look that they were trying to portray, not necessarily the brand, but how it looked when you went out. There was either a style or something that you were trying to present back in.
I'm actually going to look back at my Facebook, see if I have any pictures when I was younger and less grayer. If I have any of the old school pictures of me dressed up, actually. But yes, I agree what you're saying. They are not dressing to the point like, not dressing to impress.
Well, I'm not even saying that, right? Like I said, I'm not saying you got to go in a suit. I'm not saying you got to be, so anal about it. But I'm saying, but again, wearing shorts, wearing a t-shirt with offensive language on it, wearing a hat at the table, not caring about the appearance. Now again, some people they're gonna say, look, nobody cares about that stuff, and maybe it's just like I said, I'm maybe just being old or just flexing my old age. So again, I get that my view, certainly in today's world where everything's everything, may not be accepted by everybody. It was just a peeve of mine that I saw where, and this has happened lately where my wife and I will go to different places that we like, nice places, good food,
All right,
good
I'm gonna
atmosphere and
throw.
whatnot, romantic thing. And people are just like, they just dress any way they want. And it's not even, uh, 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 you know, dirty or trashy, whatever. It's just not. Yeah.
This means dressing down, by the way.
Mm.
This is when I was younger. When even my father was just going to, we were going to church a day, but I had a couple business meetings that go to, so I threw, something. This was dressing down for me. It was not the this. There was an expensive shirt, expensive tie. This is dressing down. Here's some more pictures actually on a vacation.
Mm.
DC. Again,
Mm.
that was dressing down. This does on vacation. I'm wearing a pair of what's I wearing? I think it was a golf shorts, nothing crazy, and a polo and pair of sneakers,
Mm.
and that's it, nothing crazy. And I think I have some more further up, believe it or not. I have a better picture to show. Here's again dressing down again, like
Mm.
nothing crazy. The pair of sneakers, like that's not a bad look, even to this day. This is back what
Now, would you wear that though to a nice restaurant? That look right there.
the shoes, probably not. Not the shirt. The jeans, I probably yes. Not the hat. The hat
Mm.
always stay at home.
All right. So I'm
If
saying people were going to dinner looking exactly like that,
polo, I probably pick a
not
different
even
polo.
taking the hat off.
Oh no, I would never dress like that at a restaurant.
Mm.
Never. If
Okay.
I'm going to maybe like a Burger King, maybe yeah. Taco Bell. I actually had Taco Bell the other day. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm not even saying. Look, Burger Diner. Look, we're in Jersey. Jersey diners, Waffle House. Casual. I mean, totally casual. IHOP. Whatever. Knock yourself out. I'm saying when you go to a place that might be a little more upscale, it's Saturday evening. It's you're with your lady. You want to have a romantic kind of evening, dark, dimly lit room with the candlelight and stuff. You want to have that kind of atmosphere. And
Right,
it's
I put
like
this way,
people these days don't seem to care about it. That don't seem to care about that. It's just to dress, like I said, however they want, however, which is their right. I mean, obviously, especially look, if you're a paying customer, and to your point, Pete, I mean, they're not going to turn away money,
I
unless
can
it's
say they
one
used
of the
to.
high end
I can say that,
stands.
yeah. We used to kick people out. I remember working at diners, bars, and that you were not dressed to that code. You're going home. You're not staying.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. Because they expect their servers to have their makeup to the T. They literally had. I remember one restaurant I worked in for the servers, who the women servers, obviously I'm talking about. They were expected to wear a certain kind of pants, usually black color. Obviously, you had to wear it slip resistant because of the grease in the kitchen. The shirt, it was like a dress shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Was white, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And every so often, the owner goes to you, go take a little 5-minute break, go in the bathroom, fix your makeup, come back out. They want you on a tee. If you weren't doing your makeup, it's like you're going home. Seriously, I will, even as a manager myself, my boss told me send their ass home if their makeup is not to point because we are a high paying customer. A steak costs about $350, and I'm going to rephrase that: $350 a steak. And you're not going to tell us how to cook it. We can tell you how to cook it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how high end it was.
Yeah.
If you tell me you don't want salt on it, too bad you're getting salt on it because that's how high end restaurants. You don't tell people how you want your food cooked. We tell you how you eat it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's different rules, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to visit some of the more high end establishments. But I've been to like Ruth Chris, which is not the highest end. Like I said, it's not Del Frisco's, and people be like, like I said, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter. So I don't know where the bar is or how far we got to go up the chain. Do I have to spend $500 to get a meal that's where the people are dressed certainly in a certain
use this
light.
example. You and me have hanged out 2 times so far together, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, one time I was at the gym, so I don't want to count the gym one as much.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Totally casual.
I was dressed appropriately for what we were doing, correct?
I'm sorry. Run that by me again.
Was I dressed appropriately for what we were doing that day?
100. Totally.
That's my point. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into the show. Don't you think?
No, that's good. So again, so we're talking about grooming. So I'll
I
have you
think we
kick
need
off
to
this
do it one.
combo and where you want to take it.
All right, let's go over grooming really fast. Everybody knows me as Grooming Reviews 101 originally because I started as a grooming channel originally because I didn't know what direction to go. But it was fascinated me because you could literally, have your hair all fucked up like this. So all of a sudden you just sweep it to the side a little more, and now you look completely different.
Hmm.
Shaving your head. Remember when I shaved my head, Paul? How much
Yeah,
difference? I looked
yeah,
literally like God of War figured.
right, right.
Or when I shaved my beard completely off. And like, I think you guys were gonna have a heart attack when you saw me clean shaved. But it's sad how you can not sad, excuse me. It's so nice you can change your look. And I do have some tools and some things we're gonna go over in a little bit to talk
Hmm.
about.
Right.
Beards was only a part of my arsenal. I
Hmm.
have a lot of tricks in like skincare. I have a good amount of skincare. I asked the right people. I asked a young lady recently who she is in skincare. She's been doing it for years. I asked her, "Hey, what routine you recommend?" And she broke it down for me. And she goes to me, like I'm not sure she's a fucking pain in my ass after the goddamn times, but she knows very well what she's talking about is skincare. So I trust her. But if I didn't, you have you have to pick the right products, the right routine. Everything is routine with grooming. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, I certainly think that I think it's trending that men in particular are taking their grooming a lot more seriously back in the day. I mean, me growing up in the 70s and the 80s or whatnot, you use your Irish Spring soap or your Ivory soap, and that was your soap, that was your shampoo or whatever. You might have used Brett shampoo or something like that, or some other brand, nothing totally expensive or whatever. And the grooming really was about if you went to the barbershop or not. That was considered the
Bingo.
grooming for men when you went the weekly trip to the barbershop. That was also like the hangout, just like the Friday night barbershop here on the BMU network, where guys just kick it and whatnot. And like I said, even in that space there, a lot of guys that were there weren't even there for the haircut. They were just there for the fellowship and the camaraderie.
I
So
can tell you
that
that
was
that's the
how,
thing out there.
but yeah. So it's so in that sense was a time when, but I don't recall, for example, men back again growing up, I don't recall too many men getting manicures unless they were like very high up, very type of executive or some sort of high end. But I think a lot of that's changing. That the step, you might put we used to put lotion on our face, like regular, like Palms lotion or whatever whatever the general product was. We put lotion on our face, and we just kind of kept it moving. If your dad has some English leather or something like that, you may dash a little of that on, and you just kind of keep kept it moving. But certainly, and I would say in the last 30 years, men have certainly started, and we used to call, yeah, Vaseline, absolutely, especially in the wintertime. In the wintertime, you use Vaseline because it protect your face, especially on a windy, cold day or whatever. You put Vaseline on your face. That was the skincare routine for a lot of us in that time. But guys weren't spending premium money. When you went to the mall, you go to there and how you have the women in the cosmetic area and the lab coats and stuff, and they try to bring you over and try to give you the stuff or whatever. That wasn't necessarily a thing for men maybe 20-25 years ago. Now it's like guys are it's coming out with a nail polish line maybe, but now guys are definitely being assaulted, if you will, at the cosmetic counters. And then there's like the 5-step program. So there's your scrub, and then your wash, and then your shave, your aftershave, your alpha hydroxy acid, your moisturizer, your day cream, your night cream. So I think definitely the idea of what we used to call metrosexual, I think is certainly becoming a lot more mainstream, where guys are really starting to invest serious money into that whole regiment from the time they get up in the morning to the time they go to bed. It, again, just a few years ago, it used to be about the cologne that you wore. So again, you went through all that stuff. You washed up with your Ivory Spring and your, or your your general soaps or whatnot. You dash yourself with the English leather or the Dracar Noir or whatever fragrances were back then. And then you spray it and then you kept it moving. But again, it has gone a lot more where personal grooming is certainly again the thing. I mean, and maybe 10, I'd say maybe 15 years ago, no guys were really talking about under the waist grooming, like in public anyway. You might have did it, but you weren't just going around shaving it. Now, when Manscaped came out, now it's like it's out in the open. Well, yeah, guys generally shave their nether regions and whatnot, and now you got deodorants that they make for that area also. So not only do you put
powder for that shit down
exactly.
There,
so you got not only you're putting underarm deodorant that used to be the thing that you put on right guard and all that kind of stuff. Now they got all kinds of products for your private area and whatnot. So yeah, I mean it's definitely. With I think with younger Gen Xers and millennials and now the Zers and whatnot, yeah, total body, head to toe grooming, scrubs, exfoliators, loofah sponges, and all of that. Yeah, it's a thing now. It's no longer just the yeah, lawnmower 5.0. Absolutely, yeah. So
I got a funny story about this. Before I get into my other second statement. So I told you guys about my psycho ex. So during COVID, they couldn't get haircuts. I was the only one who had a buzzer. I didn't have this buzzer. I had a wait. You're gonna fall if you see it in a minute here. So I had a Panasonic one at a time, and that was the one that I trimmed down there, not for the face. So they used it to trim their heads and faces and everything with that. So my ex was like, "Isn't that the?" Yeah, I went to her. So technically, they shaved their faces and got them to give themselves a haircut with my bowl trimmer. So yeah. So be careful what you use without permission, next time, motherfuckers. That's what I said to myself. So grooming has come a long way. 100%. I remember back in the day, you never really groomed that much. You might got. I buzzed my head like no every kid back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe shaved, with the cheapest shit. I remember the most expensive thing I got was Mark III razors because there were $50 of fucking 3 of them, and I got tired. That's why I upgraded to eventually to this little sucker. You look familiar to you, Paul?
Oh yeah, your granddaddy. Like I said, I made the switch.
Yeah,
I made the switch 6 years, almost 8 years ago.
Second
yep.
tool.
Absolutely.
Or if you don't know what you're gonna start with, let's start with this first. Let's get this one out of the way fast because I know shave, no shave. We can butt heads on that one. So if you're gonna shave, go to artist shaving. Because if you want to go old school like this, because it gives you the whole set, it gives you the pre-oil, the shaving cream, afterwash. The only thing that doesn't come with the razor, and you can get one for like 50 to $80.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna be going to bam, Pete. That's a lot of money. Yeah, it might be start the kid up the first time, yeah. But I bought everything from artist shaving. I think it was like $200. The big sets, not the gift sets, big ones. It's about I get maybe if I shaved every day, about probably a year to a year and a half, I can get out of it. Think about it. You're spending more in razors, $50 for 3 of them every couple weeks, month.
Yeah, they don't last. Yeah, they don't last long at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got for mine. I got like 100 blades for like $10.
Last time I bought blades were, oh my god, 4 years ago. I found a special on Amazon. The Gillette, the ones that I get from our shaving, but they were through Amazon. It were $1,000 for $20. I jumped on it. I haven't bought blades ever since then.
Wow.
And I don't go through them that crazy because I shave every so often because I have to clean my neck up because I usually have my beard and stuff. The time I shaved the most, do you remember when I had my head shaved last year?
Yeah.
This was what I was shaving my head with the whole time. I know you say do you head razor. You're the grooming ball razor guy. So I'll give you that one on you. So me, I was simple. But to me, it was more a pain in the ass because how much fucking hair I have versus you, who I'm not sure where your hairline it starts. Is it more to the side or all of it is gone?
It's been receding for years, so it's like so like up here, it's like you could just tell. Like I said, I was losing the battle, so I was like I was going bald whether I wanted to or not, and then I started losing it from the back and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going napalm. I'm just gonna nuke the whole thing. So I didn't even.
King, for example, our friend King. All right, he goes daily to barber. Not daily every day, but at least once every 2 weeks. I think he told me he likes his beard shaved and shaves his head. He's a bald guy like yourself.
Yeah,
and again, nothing wrong with that. Now
yeah, I mean it's a good experience. I mean when they go in, when they put the, like I said, they put the. Now again, I haven't seen it done often. Like usually, especially in black barbershops, they usually use clippers to kind of edge up your beard and everything. But I think I might have only seen maybe a couple times in my lifetime in a barbershop where someone got a shave, where they put them in the back, they put the hot towel on their face, and then they get the straight edge and like really, really shave it well. I've only seen that a couple times. I don't see guys, and now I'm seeing, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Now it seems like beards are definitely certainly becoming more the norm in the mainstream and whatnot. So yeah, guys go in and get their beards edged up and looking right. But it's definitely not going in for a shave. At least in the black barbershops, I don't see too many guys getting shaves, and at least not like that anyway. But maybe in the Greek ones or the whatever, it might be different.
Hot shaves. Every barbershop I go to do hot shaves. So okay, let me rephrase that. The more higher class ones, if you're paying like a $10-15 shave haircut, you're not getting a hot shave. They don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago who's a barber.
10, 15 bucks. When I can't. When's the last time a cut was $15?
Yeah, but they're not like a very. They're like for more like high school kids. Like they went in and out, in and out.
Okay. Oh yeah, quick. Because now, I mean, like it seems like now the norm is becoming certain as 25, 30, 40, $50 for a haircut now.
Even
80. It's going up, man.
I made an appointment for next month for a cut. I'm gonna be doing a typical undercut, shave up with the beard. I always get the hot shave because it's a nice, relaxing experience. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
If you get a chance to do it.
Yeah.
And I shave up the eyebrows, the simple stuff, nothing crazy. $80 with his step.
Yeah. Now, Lost just made a point. It's like now that art of shaving again. That's a skill set that I think a lot of these guys don't have. You know what I mean? Like the guys I see who are experts at it, especially, and I think even Era Black TV, he was talking about it. The Dominican places you go to, they're very good with that straight razor. They'll line your edges. They'll do everything. I mean, but that is a skill set that I think a lot of guys don't necessarily invest that time in to do. So you better be going to a real pro. I'd rather go to one of those 70, 80-year-old guys who's been doing it for 50 years rather than going to a young guy who maybe, is an amateur with that thing. But I don't see a lot of young people embracing that art of how to do that, straight edge razor shave anymore.
So I go to my boy, David Mint. Only problem with him, I have a hard time getting appointments with him because he's a master barber. He owns a shop and he owns school at the same time. So his time is very, very short when he cuts. But when he cuts me, I know I can tell him, do this, and this, and this. I know I'm getting this, and this. Versus somewhere else, I'm like, man, I hope I get what I want. And what kind of like, motherfucker, fucked up. Like this one right now, if you see my hair, so it's pretty jacked up from last haircut. Because I went to a different guy, and he jacked my hair up.
Yeah.
Simple.
I mean, barber is like, it's like a relation. That's a relationship, man. It's like, I know people who they'll drive long distances, 1-2 hours to go to a barbershop. Because once you find that person who knows your hair, and I know women can definitely appreciate that. They'll wait it out, for people or whatever to go to the right hairdresser. Again, guys are getting more selective also. Once you find your guy, it doesn't matter what that person is. It's like, they're loyal because they don't want anybody on their head. If the person's not in that day, it's like, no, thank you. I'll come back next week or what have you.
When I was younger, I was just getting a buzz cut. It didn't matter as much. because I was silent. It was very simple. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had like skin shave on the side, a two on the top. It was one or two, depends on my mood. Just a simple shave out with the beard. It was nothing. Like $30, I was out. And that's how I met David. To be honest with you, is through that barbershop. And then I was like, I built a relationship with him over the years. I was like, you're my man. Simple. Like, and I have,
Yeah, it's a like I said, it's definitely a relationship. Yeah,
there are a couple of days like he couldn't come and goes, listen, this was on me. Don't worry, I got you on the cut because I want you to try this guy because he doesn't want to lose me as a customer because you know how valuable I am, his customer. And I look at dude, no. Like he cut me once, like, nope, I'm coming back to you next time. He goes,
yes,
try it 3 times.
You draw blood and it's over.
I looked at him. He paid for the 3 less cuts on his dime and tried 3 other guys. He trained them and been winning shop for a couple years now. And I go look, I'm like, dude, and last time I text him, I'm like, dude, this is the last time I'm gonna tell you this. We have 2 choices here. They're like, I continue going back to you, or I go somewhere else. Very simple. When I said somewhere else, he goes, okay, let me work this around somehow. I'll figure something out. He goes to me. Very simple. And that's what's, is saving grace. And again, I love David. He's a great guy, great business owner, and a great barber. And he's a great person too, overall, over the years.
Yeah.
But that relationship is like husband and wife kind of thing in her. Ladies, I know you guys don't understand this as well, but Paul, any guys in the chat, please tell me, your relationship with your barbershop, isn't it like a wife and a husband kind of relationship almost sometimes? That's
well, I would say brothers. I mean, I still remember the day when I texted my barber and told him that I wasn't coming back because this was right before the pandemic. And obviously, we couldn't see him anyway. And because again, I started shaving my head. So last time I went, I bought that head shaver. I got very good results with it. And I was like, there's no reason to go back. But it was like breaking up with someone. It was like, again, he was like a brother to me. I mean, we hung out, we would watch fights together. I'd have fight parties. I'd bring him over, him and his crew. I mean, we were thick as thieves like that. And it was kind of heartbreaking to an extent. I kind of went through some paces like how I should do this or whatnot. And it was hard. That was hard. We still talk to him now. Him and his dad. His dad's always treated me very warmly and whatnot. And definitely it was a thing because I really enjoyed and the environment that they had. I don't think they still haven't basically gotten that back because I think the my friend, he went on to work in another job. I think he works in schools right now, but. He only cuts occasionally now. But again, the atmosphere that they had for weeks, again, you would go to the barbershop for the environment, for the dialogue, for the conversation, for the interaction, just as much as you went there for the haircut. And the hardest thing was when you get a jokester in there and he's laughing so hard, he got everybody laughing so hard. It's like the barber, look, you're cutting my hair, right? So just make sure, get it together before you go back in because, you can be careless or whatnot. And that's sometimes when accidents happen or whatever. So try to stay as laser focused as you could. But if someone cracks you up to a point where you have to put the clippers down, take a walk, get yourself back together before you get back on my head. Because, certainly, there has to be certainly a certain focus. Especially when you're looking for a particular look, you got an engagement that evening, you really want something that's super sharp or whatever, you definitely want to make sure that the guy's engaged. So, but that was the environment. So yeah, absolutely. It was a relationship, no question.
During high school, I usually just shaved my head, to be honest with you guys. I just buzzed it. My mom used to do it. I didn't go to a barbershop. I didn't have time. I was so busy with sports, working, girlfriends, doing I was always busy. So I was just zip. It was easier. So the first time I stepped back in a barbershop in years, if you remember, not now, but back in early 2000s, like 2012, I want to say, the Mohawk came back in style. And I'm like, so I went to the first shop, it was all right. The second, the first shop I went in, I remember sitting in the chair, and I tell my one, and the guy had broken English. I was like, oh crap, this is not gonna be good. And I go, he pops out the leather strap, sharpen his blade. And he's old school, cool. So the way he was doing it, I realized he wasn't doing it correctly. I go, my man, you know what you're doing? He goes, "Si, senor." I'm like, oh crap, he doesn't speak any goddamn English. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking bad. And I was right. This was fine. Then it went like crooked and sideways. I'm like, well, this is one fucked up Mohawk. But and then I just, I experimented different barbershops till I find someone. But one thing I realize is every time you go into the combination, I know how many people just sit hanging out. The first time I was back in a barbershop in years, I almost beat the shit out of some guys because we were arguing about football teams. And afterwards, as I having a beer, I'm like, how fucked up is this shit? That's how a barbershop is. You're about to kill somebody, but you don't because you having a beer afterwards. Simple.
Yeah. But wanna move this on. So we've talked about, obviously we've talked about beards, we've talked about, hairstyles and whatnot, barbershops, but there is a conversation to have about general grooming, right? So I put some slides together just to kind of show some things. So, boss man, if you're in the back, if you just bring up the slides. So again, we're talking about these trends in grooming, how a lot of guys are really starting to invest in their grooming, again, from head to toe, and the market is clearly showing that. I think the number of men's products that are available has certainly, gone up over the years. I know, certainly Ghost, you put up, had several shows where you do reviews of different skincare products that you do, and whatnot. So again, this is definitely trending upwards. So boss man, if you have that slide, if you can present that. I don't think I can present from here. So again, we're definitely seeing some trends. This here is from GCI magazine from 2022. So again, here, 56% of male surveys spend anywhere between $26 and $100 per month on their personal care products, with 35% saying they buy a combination of high-end and inexpensive products. So again, where you can save $1, sometimes just straight alcohol, like I think Boss Man said, sometimes just straight alcohol is enough. But, you may invest in anything. Like, for example, you might invest in a nice cologne or fragrance over something else, or something that you're going to put on your hair versus your face. You may do that. 96% of men buy grooming products for themselves, so only 4% leaving it up to their spouse or other members of the family. So again, guys are taking ownership. It used to be, even back in the day, what your lady got for you was what you wore, because again, you didn't necessarily care about what you wore, but if it turned them on. That's why I asked earlier in the chat, ladies, what fragrances on a man really drive you wild? Like, what, when a man wears a certain, so someone talked about Dior Sauvage, which I think I'm going to get. I had Paco Rabanne's 1 million that I'm almost out of. So I know, obviously, with Black Friday coming up, I sampled the Dior Sauvage, so I may pick that up.
Here's a good one for you.
As a fragrance. Yeah, what do you got?
Here's a good one. I actually have. This is one of the last reviews I did. Hang on, let me get it up really fast.
That's definitely true. No oil of Olay, that's for sure.
Oh, where is it? I have it right here. It's called
Ozono.
Ozono. One by Night. The reason I recommend that very highly because it's a perfect cologne to go out on. It's a date night. It's a PM cologne with a little spice to it, to be honest with you guys. But it's perfect for a night to go out with the missus. If she sniffs, you're like, oh, that smells really good. Like a good example, when I first got this and I wore it one time, me and Mike and his wife were going out. We were all going, all of us, was like a group of us going out. She goes, they were like, okay, I know my husband doesn't want cologne. Is that UP? And I'm like, yeah. Like, holy shit, that is good. What is it? And goes like, she turns around to her to CQ, goes, why don't you ever wear goddamn cologne? And goes, I get one here. He goes to me, thanks, Pete. But my point I was trying to get to with this is it was she complimented so well. I always get head turners, and I'll always get a compliment into my work.
Right. But doesn't a lot of it also depend on your own body chemistry as well? So I mean, you could like something you could rock for yourself, but again, my body chemistry or whatever, it may not come off as well if I wear it. That's why, again, a lot of times you have to sample it and wear it and have how people respond to you, because again, you may think it's good, but again, I think because everyone has a different pH. Couldn't that also affect whether or not, it could work for me, even though it may work for you?
I wouldn't say pH. It's not the pH. I disagree with that part. I would say the oil of your skin. My oil on your skin and yours are two different things. Number one. All right.
Yeah.
So if when we are using, let's say, I'll give you one something old school cologne that I still rock to this day. Actually, is Kevin Klein, Eternity for Men. Something I grew up on. My mom got me that every single year for Christmas, last me through a whole year, and she used to get it for me every year. Something that if I bring 20 colognes from my mother, she always pick Kevin Klein. That's how much. So that like the way I spray on myself, like it's always is a couple ways to spray cologne correctly. If you don't know, the side of your necks and back of your neck. Those
Correct.
are the 3 places men should only spray.
Well, they also said some said the palm of your hand, like here on right on this touch point.
Not really.
Again, some of the grooming channels I've seen, they have the.
Yeah, I done the research. 2 sides of the necks and 1 in the back, more than enough. Because then you do the palms, then you're and the neck. You kind of overpowering yourself.
You can overdo it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to walk in a room like and you give somebody an asthma attack. Even a light cologne can give somebody an asthma attack because you spray way too much. Don't do the whole spray on your chest.
No, never that. Now, question. Now, do you do the toilettes or do you do the parfums?
Both. I think every man needs to have at least several types of colognes in their arsenal. So, because you need different types. You know what? As you go over, I'm going to switch over to my cell phone and show you the colognes for a second.
Gotcha.
All right.
So yeah, but So guys are, as the slide saying, guys are definitely 96%, making their own decisions. So again, guys are taking this on. So it's not just about the ladies just picking and you just wear it or whatever. Guys are taking ownership over that. And again, 87% of men are made products specifically for men. Again, a lot of these products didn't exist 10, 15 years ago. And so that's been a big market in the beauty and grooming industry for men. But I also want to talk about something else that we don't talk about often, but certainly from a gray area perspective. Again, we talk about different views on certain things, and this is something that we don't necessarily talk about. For some people, it might be embarrassing or whatever, but we have to even talk about just basic hygiene. That not everybody in every country looks at hygiene in the same ways. So you have certain people. So again, here we have from Yahoo. So do Americans shower more or less than the rest of the world? So here you have some averages in terms of weekly showers. And believe it or not, there are people who don't bathe every day, depending on the country. So you look at like Japan, for example, again, anywhere between around 5 times a week. Now, Brazilians, they go crazy. I mean, Brazilian grooming habits, again, they take their body hygiene very seriously, but some, again, more than others. And if you look here to the right here from this graph, again, Americans are kind of, these are, people who shower every day. So in Australia, again, they're also very high. 90% of men, over 80% of men and women shower once a day. But it doesn't happen everywhere. Now, some of this could also be just in terms of availability of water. I think sometimes here you can take for granted that in certain places, potable water that's suitable for bathing, let alone drinking, may or may not be always available with the abundance that we may take for granted here. So that could be an aspect of it. But for a lot of people, daily showering isn't a thing. And we've all heard about Europe, French and whatnot. People talk about riding the subways and the rail stations and whatnot, and how a lot of people either don't believe in bathing on a regular basis or only bathe on certain things. They may try to douse some cologne or perfume on themselves. But, we've all heard those stories. But, we take for granted that people have the same attitudes that, that we may have, or some people may have. Because, again, not even every American necessarily bathes every day. And sometimes it's not a matter of access to water or grooming or, soap. But it could be just, lifestyle wise, that not everybody takes care of themselves that way. Here, in terms of just grooming products in general. So again, obviously, I think it goes without saying that women spend a lot more on beauty and grooming services than men, but it's not that far of a difference. Again, men have certainly caught up when it comes to their personal hygiene, to their personal.
Being gay, so I did this instead.
Yes. So they're personal hygiene products. So again, on average, $29 a month or $348 a year on grooming hygiene products. Again, how often do people get grooming services? Once a month or monthly versus 3 to 6 times a year or less than that. So again, men typically get it less, and usually the older you are, oftentimes men start to care less about going to the man, going and getting certain grooming services as they get older. I guess once you get to a certain point, it's not a priority. But if you're in the middle of your work career, or sort of climb the ladder, you may take your personal appearance and your grooming a lot more seriously. Here's another. Now, I found this interesting. In fact, there's even a website that talks that this very website from World Population Review talks about some of the areas where they've been able to get data on those who shower regularly. So again, people who shower at least one shower per week, which seems to be incredibly small. Again, it could be just availability of plumbing. Do you have a shower? I mean, some places, when we went to Jamaica, they actually had these tanks that they put on top of the houses that would have the water and whatnot, and oftentimes the water would come out of there for people to shower with. So again, not everybody had a place. And when I grew up in the deep South in the 70s, yeah, you would get that basin of water, and you would wash yourself up in that. They didn't even have showers; they had running water only in the kitchen. But you weren't going to go out there and take a bath or whatever. They still had outhouses. I mean, very old school like that. And I'm sure there might even still be some, people who don't have the convenience, portable and ready available plumbing like that. But yeah, you can see here the Brazilians, very, close to 100% with their daily showering and grooming habits. U.S. and Mexico is pretty high on the list, but some other countries, like I said, China or Russia, maybe not as much. Like I said, and we've all heard the stories about, again, in Europe. Now, again, I don't know about Greece grooming. You might want to speak to that. So again, how seriously do Greek people, whether it be in Greece or in the United States, take grooming, in particular showering? Once a day, multiple times a day, every other day? What did you see was typical
So typical
with
is
those folks?
most people will bathe about once, a minimum of once a day, the maximum every other day tops. It depends on your work too. If you're sitting in the AC all fucking day long doing nothing, sweat or anything, okay, you don't see the point of showering. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with it, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Most people would do a day or every other day. So it's not like voodoo shower every day kind of thing. You do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very
Right.
common like that.
Yeah.
So I was saying before I was going to try to solve my cell phone, but streaming it didn't let me do that for some weird reason. So
Mm-hmm.
run everything here. Here we go. So I have a big collection. You can tell.
Yeah. So that's the kit.
Yeah. So you have some everyday riders I will wear light, not too strong, go to work with. Again, I have to keep in mindful. I do work in a nursing home, so I have to watch what I wear.
Mm-hmm.
So, or even when I worked in a hospital, I gotta be very careful. People say, "But Pete, you're working around food. What's the point of wearing cologne?" It's for me. I do it because I like to smell good. Simple. As that. I don't do it for anybody else. I don't give it for somebody's approval. I don't give shit. I do it for me. Let's go over the everyday riders first. So we got West Long, a nice light one right here. Here we go. Simple, nothing crazy, like an ocean one. Then nope. This one is Aquanovo. Again, nice light one I wear almost on a daily basis. Those are not nice. Now with the night ones, I have a couple of them. I go with the old school.
Yeah, I saw
Geo.
that one. Yep. Geo.
Yep.
Yep.
This is another one of his, but this has been discontinued. Actually, they don't make this one anymore. So I wear that rarely. This is my church one, to be honest with you. This is one I like wearing to church. Not too strong, not too hard. And of course, you gotta go old school with him a little bit too. The OG that started everything. And
Yeah.
we know that one. So the other couple ones I wear all the time, like I was saying earlier, Anzono by night. Very good. If you see how much I have used, I wear on a spare occasion. Another one's been pretty popular, but I don't wear as much. Spice Bomb, a very nice one too. Another one I wear through the day is Doso da Gana light blue.
Mhm.
Good one for every day. This one, it depends on your work setting. Is Apollo red. This is a good for a nice office setting. Not too
Mhm.
strong, not too hard. Now we're gonna go into a little stronger ones now. This is one of my favorite. See, I'm literally running low. I have a little
Mhm.
maybe couple more shots. Is Gucci black. Another good one. And I have one more Gucci. Here it goes. Gucci Galette. Another good one.
Mhm.
And I was saying earlier, Eternity.
Eternity for me. Right.
Yes. So I have some of them I don't use as much, but
So
they're
how do you go through? So help me out here, because obviously I've never had that many. At best, I might have had maybe 2 fragrances, maybe 3 that I'm ever worn at any one time. And like I said, for the longest time, I was out of fragrances for a long time. I just got back into wearing them again. So what? So how do you? What's that mental process like in the morning when you have so many? I know not everything's for occasion. You have the ones you wear for night, and you have the ones you wear for work, whatnot. But even still, you have multiple ones. So what goes into the thought process that says, okay, I think I'm wearing this one tonight?
Okay, so how I do it is I have the everyday virus, meaning something's light, not too strong. I will wear to work or just going to the store or whatever.
Right, but you have 4 or 5 of those. So
I have 3 of those.
3 of okay.
3 of those. I have let's add eternity team for men. 4.
Mhm.
All right. 4. So I rotate them, to be honest with you, because I don't like smelling the same thing every day. Every day I pick one. I don't pick the same one every single day. That's me.
Can you even smell yourself after a while? Because I can't, honestly.
I don't smell after 10 minutes. I don't smell myself, to be honest.
Exactly. So how do you even know that you're making
mental process.
Mm-hmm.
Because so one thing I'm going to keep in mind: all these colognes, they were gifts to me.
Yeah.
Usually, people always ask me. Obviously, like I told you yesterday and a couple of days ago, you guys know my birthday's coming up November 29th. People go, "Well, man, I want to get you for your birthday." Like, I hate when people say, "What do you want?" It doesn't mean anything to me. It's like, I know gift cards are easy. That's one way to do it. But if you really want to put some thought in it, come here and cologne. Simple.
Yeah, but they got to still know what you wear, though. You don't want to wear
you have an idea
something
now.
that's going to draw flies to you.
But you have an idea what I wear. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you put so that was the thing. You're just putting it out there. So you want me to gift you with some cologne? Is that what you're asking?
I'm not.
You put it out there.
No, I didn't mean it like that, Paul. But I'm saying,
I got you. I'm
like me, you know each other personal. Like if you looked at me,
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, bite me. People who actually know me at home, like every day, who hang on my daily basis, they know what kind of scent I wear, so they know what I like. So then I have what I call more like a casual hanging out dinner or whatever. That's one. Like a Gucci was one. And then it turned into one. I have Spice Bomb. I don't really wear as much. It was gift to me. I wear it 3 or 4 times, and that's it. The one I wear again, like I said, I'm mostly for a date night is a Zone Off by Night. You see how much I have that for like 3 years already. And one thing about colognes, they take a long time to go bad. They do go bad. I think their lifespan, it depends on the cologne, between 1 year up to 5. It depends on the cologne. I remember back in the day, bro, we used to get the cheap shit like Nike. I used to go throw a bottle of that a week. I used to
just test it all over the place, right? Yeah, I mean, especially if you get a parfum, you really have to be careful because the concentration of oil in it is such where, again, if you can easily overdo it with a parfum, which is one of the reasons they're more expensive. So you definitely want to go light with the how you put it on. You definitely don't want to overdo it.
So I tell people, this is how you know from a strong cologne with a good a strong cologne versus a weak cologne. Blue means light. Yellow means strong. Make sense?
Okay.
Like think of an ocean, blue. That's how I always did it. Yellow for more like the nighttime is stronger. See how I process it?
Right. Right.
That's how I always did, at least, and it worked for me. It's been working for me for years, and I continue recommending it. Like, if you want a daily writer, something don't want to break the brink, not too overpowering, because believe it or not, if you work in an office setting too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if
So
you
and
work,
that's why I'm gonna wear. I'm saying I'm gonna wear. So what I wear daily, I'm in the office 4 days a week. So that's what I'm gonna wear it. 85% of the time. Um, and so that's gonna be the thing. Now again, nightly, like I said, my wife and I, like I said, we meet like once a month. We have our date night. Again, we're about to go on a cruise. So I may want to bring in some more nighttime type of fragrances during that time. But mostly, so I can certainly see having something for the office and then something for the evening. And the evening will probably last me 4 or 5 times longer than the office one because, again, I'm not wearing that every day.
another one that is another company that is very good to pick up, that works all around, night, day, and everything, is Bath and Body Works for men. They have their. I always get everything in sets for them:
Mm-hmm.
wash, body spray, lotion, and cologne.
Mm-hmm.
But I like in hang on a second. I like in the small ones like these from Bath and Body Works.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't like it, I didn't spend 30-40 bucks on it. This
Right.
was, how much was this? 15 bucks. Only reason it's so cheap because, again, you're getting less than half what the whole big bottle is.
Mm-hmm.
So you can buy a couple of these and see which ones you like,
Right.
and what works for your skin tone too. If that works great for you, you can go back and buy a bigger bottle.
Right.
If there are companies out there, and this is the best way to buy cologne, because not all companies, a lot of companies got away of giving samples away.
Mm-hmm.
Are the little samples you used to get, like little, like not even like a quarter of an ounce or some shit like that? Was it? Like a little envelope that were in. Do you remember those?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of companies have gone away from that now, but there are other companies are popping out that you could pay like, I don't know, like $3 to get a sample. It's like about an
Mm-hmm.
ounce, little spray bottles, and you spray yourself and call it. I think I have some. Yeah, they're right here. They're called. This is multi-purpose scent. This was gifted to me also
Mm-hmm.
to try different colognes. So it's literally. All right, come on. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, those little vials. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I've gotten those. And we used to do now back in the day also probably in the late 80s, early 90s, I was also into the oils. So again, those
Remember the
oils
oil.
they would come in those little vials like the one you just shown. And again, those will give off like a powerful scent also. So, but that was back then. We did oil, we did incense, we did all kinds of, so again, that was a different time. But certainly that there was a thing where you can go to like your local store in the neighborhood or whatever, and the guy, he would have his incense and then you have his oil vials, and you pick something and it would go. But it was powerful, man. Like to the earlier point about you're saying like after 10 minutes you can't tell what you're wearing after 10 minutes. The oil, you knew, you recognized that all night. It was just on you, and it was on your clothes. It was like it was definitely very much it was almost overpowering back then. But again, I don't see guys doing oils anymore. They've definitely seemed to go back to the traditional fragrances and in the glass bottles and whatnot. But oils, certainly, like I said, back in the 80s and 90s, that was definitely the thing. They're coming back. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it, because again, it's
This
certainly
one,
in these grooming spaces, I haven't seen a lot of oils being promoted like they used to. So again, if they're making
I
a
see
comeback,
more
I'd like to
female.
know.
I see females do more the the oils. I remember a couple times I walking through, in an elevator, and I look over like I'm like, I looked like very nice, like, hey, may I ask what do you have on? She goes, oh, it's not a perfume, it's an oil. I'm like, really? Yeah, I found it's cheaper and lasts longer. And that's my next point. See this little sucker? This is a
Mhm.
lethal weapon. I call it the Colonel WMDs. There's a reason why I call this. Women, ladies, if you're in the room, I need you to exit and mute the screen, because this is a dangerous weapon I cannot share. Men, listen up. If you want to get lucky tonight, if you want to get any woman, you get this stuff. This stuff is called Creed. Creed is the most expensive cologne in the world, I think, personally. Probably something more expensive. This is $300 a bottle. You hear me right? $300 a bottle.
Right.
The most I ever spent for a bottle is about $80. I don't want to go over a certain amount. Once you get in over the $100 range, I think it's not worth it at that point. It's too much.
Right.
So
well, let me ask you something. Because I'm seeing this dialogue in the chat, so the ladies going crazy over the fragrances and whatnot.
yeah,
I gotta tell you now, me personally, with my wife doesn't wear a fragrance, at least not on the regular. Now my kids, I think they're getting they might have given her some, I think, for her birthday or something like that. I've never really been a fragrance guy. I like smelling just my wife's natural, clean skin. I don't know what it is, call me a pervert, I don't know, but I've never been impressed by a fragrance that a woman wears. If anything, the fragrance that she wears, especially if I can smell it from a distance, it's almost a turnoff. But her out of the shower, to me, that's just enough, man. I mean, so I don't know, are you that type of guy where, again, a scent on a woman, a nice fragrance, does that turn you on? Or do you even care? It doesn't. It does nothing for me. I don't know why. If she's got that on, it's like, I'm trying to.
I don't know why this one scent. I'm about to release. I'm gonna probably say the worst thing on air now. So, okay, guys, I can prepare myself because someone might use this as a lethal weapon against me. This is one of my kryptonites. All right, here we go. A nice vanilla scent on a woman drives a Kraken like crazy. The Kraken wakes up and nothing will stop the Kraken.
Well, now, having said that, now if it's like a not so much a fruit, a perfume fragrance, but if it's something like fruity, something sweet, like I said, something that you would get from like Bath and Body Works or something like that, that's a different thing. If it's got like a scent of orange or something, but something edible, that I can certainly go for. But just like a perfumey type of smell, like I said, it does vanilla. It does nothing for me, man. It really doesn't. So again, her body wash, which I want to get into next, regarding soap. I want to get into, but the body wash to me that she uses is much more important to me than the after fragrance that she puts on. And like I said, more times than not, I don't prefer she put anything on. I just love her skin. A lot of times we'll be nuzzled up together.
I'm going to hit approve because I have my screen ready to share. There we go.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
So this is one of their most expensive ones. This is Creed. I think it's too expensive personally, but anybody wants to give me one, I want to say.
Is that a parfum or a toilette?
I think
it's got to be a parfum if it's that expensive. I mean,
they say their scent is all natural. I don't know how true that is.
Mm-hmm.
I have never bought one. I only bought these little samples. I bought one. I'm scared to use a lot of it because this little box was fucking $20, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This little thing. And I looked it up. That's why I know. This was gifted to me again. This was $20. So this is the most popular one they have. I know off the head. Is it a parfum? I don't see it anywhere here. So 100 mils, dude. It's literally $4.95.
Yeah.
If you go higher, it's over 1,000. Is it worth it? The question is.
It depends. What outcome are you looking for? Are you talking about, again, you want like pheromones? Do you want, to attract any woman that comes within 10 feet of you? I don't know what the outcome is.
All their clones, I have never. The cheapest I've seen it is about $250. This is like the cheapest I've ever seen. I don't even think this is actually a cologne, to be honest with you. But my point is trying to get to there are some very expensive. Like, look at the gift set. The small Sprite bottles are $40 alone, dude.
Mm-hmm.
$40.
Yeah.
Think about it. So I don't know what kind of magic. They better they better, fish me like a goddess out of the ocean with this goddamn cologne. I'm not paying out of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But my
So
point,
yeah, it's like I said, it can get kind of, but like I said, at this point, I know Loss, he talked about, yeah, every man should have his collection. I get that. Again, I'm still working. I've never been a huge, like I said, for being clean. I think has more so been my thing versus being, having the cologne game, down to the to the wire. And like I said, my wife really doesn't care. And like I said, I've never really cared what she wore. But if she wore something that had like a little orange or grapefruit type of scent or vanilla or something like that, yeah, that'll get me going. But generally, a perfume or fancy perfume or whatever, that's never been my a turn on for me. But for certain people, hey, to each their own. But I just like the natural skin that I can kiss on and all that kind of stuff. And if you got too much fragrance on, then that's a turn off. So again, the more edible you smell, the more I guess the more I like it when it comes to fragrances. But let's move. Oh, Lord. Absolutely, yes, 100%. So, but let's move to something a bit more basic. So we talked about the again the bathing habits. Do I have something else here? Okay, so in Brazil, again, very hygienic when it comes to bathing. And I think another slide that I have here after that, they said it is not uncommon for Brazilians to shower up to 5 times a day. I mean, they're very they take their hygiene very seriously. A country like France or Russia, maybe not as much when it comes to the need for daily showering. But let's talk about something a bit more basic. Let's talk about soap. So again, I grew up on Ivory or Irish Spring, or Zest or whatever. Put that message back up. I didn't get the tail end. Women hide fragrances in different places. I guess they do. But in any event, but yeah, so again, very basic. And I had I would say the displeasure of actually using, again, like I said, my kinfolk are from the South. I've used homemade soap. I mean, with the animal lard, like someone just showed up one day and they just gave it this big block of soap, and you use a knife and you cut it off. It smelled awful. I mean, it literally smelled like it came off the animal. But I've actually, in my lifetime, used those kind of soaps where they made it out of the lye and the animal fat and lard and stuff, and saponification, and they did all that. So when it comes to soaps, grooming, so are you a bar man? Do you like bar soap? Do you like body wash? Do you like the liquid? Do you like exfoliating? Do you like those natural soaps? That's also becoming a thing now. People are starting to get these natural soaps that are made with like olive oil and, getting away from the animal products, vegan style soaps or whatnot. So do you have a preference when it comes to the
I do. I have
yeah, some people, I know now I've used the Sasquatch, Dr. Squatch soaps. I've used them. My only thing is they don't last very long. But that's supposed to be a quote unquote natural soap. And those have certainly become more popular over the years. People have homemade soaps that they're making and starting to sell and market to people now, as opposed to like the more production level soap. So talk about your preference when it comes to soaps that you typically use or have used over time. Maybe you might have used back in the past and now you've changed over. Or do you go back and forth between different brands and whatnot? So when it comes to actual soap, what do you use?
So in Greece, my grandma used to get church from the church the soap. It was like same things you do, like an old piece of block that you used to cut, and it reeked worse than goddamn dog shit.
Yeah.
What was that? I remember that bar lasted for long, over a year almost. I think that I was trying to get rid of it. I couldn't get rid of it. Then I moved to Axe, believe it or not. Like most men did, but Axe, I liked Axe before Axe was American thing. When it came out of Europe, it was actually very high end at the time. Then they hit the American market, and yeah, things changed obviously. So now I use Bath and Body Works, to be honest with you. I don't like the natural stuff. The only reason I don't like the
So
natural,
again, so you use liquid, not bars. You don't.
correct.
You're not
I
a
don't.
bar
I'm
man.
about to
Okay.
say why I don't like the bars are a very simple reason, and is I think understandable. It dries my skin out way too much. It
Yeah.
cracks
Yeah.
and everything. I don't like that feeling. I have tried every kind of bar.
Even those natural soaps, like I
That's
know
really
they got
work.
these soaps that they sell out of, I don't know if it's Israel or the Middle East. I tried one time. I think they're made like with olive oil. They show you how the soap is made. It doesn't have like they don't put a lot of fragrance in it, but again, a very natural soap that had just had, so even those soaps that have again, Lit talked about the ones that have shea butter. Have you tried those?
All of
That
them.
all of them, and they all dry out your skin. All the bar soaps dry out your skin.
I have very sensitive skin, believe it or not, for
Mm,
a white dude. I if I don't lotion daily, I mean daily, my skin will crack like crazy.
mm,
Especially my hands. That's why you guys. I know you guys give me shit for having lotion around my desk always and everything like that. There's a reason why I have it, because my hands dry up so much. Like I use a body cream after the shower usually, and then I use a lotion through the day. I lotion my hands several times a day. I know that's like way too much, but that's what I need to do to keep my hands, you know, hydrated, if that makes sense.
mm.
So I do have my preference. Like I said, I like Bath and Body Works. I've tried some other things like from Gino and all those other ones. They're not bad, but they're way
Hmm.
too expensive, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Loss is saying that you might want to try to stock the Squatch. Like I said, I've used it. Like I
I
said, I
tried it.
like the product. You tried it, yeah. Like I said,
Yeah.
and I have the soap saver and all that. But again, just they go like I said, pretty quickly. And the bars are not very big. I mean, that's one thing. Like you don't get that big. They're typically smaller than your. And a lot of those natural soaps that you see being sold now, they tend to be about maybe like 3 ounces. Again, pretty small relatively. You don't get like the big block that I found with other brands that tend to last. I mean, obviously it's because it's bigger, it should last longer. But I haven't seen a lot of those more natural soaps. They typically come smaller in the package, and again, a lot of times it's like 6-7 ounce a bar. So I mean, they're not cheap.
So the reason I tried Dr. Squash, and this is a little secret for men with beard. So you need to do a strip and wash once a week. You get all the oils, a deep clean with the beard.
Mhm,
So Dr. Squash is very good for that too. So
mhm.
I was going to kill two birds in one stone, kind of like do a reset my whole body, and like except my hair, from my face, from my beard to my skin, do a reset and stuff like. And I was literally putting oil in my beard like crazy. That's how bad it dried my skin out. Like I done it. I have dry skin before, but this has gone to extreme with that stuff. And I get it, and it's natural, and it's not for me. I tried a lot of different ones. I stick to my liquid. That work for me. Liquid
Yeah,
soap has worked the best for me, to be honest with you guys.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've also used those Duke Cannon. Yeah, them things are just colossal. It's like you're holding a brick in hand.
I seen those. They're not. They have
they're,
a.
they're they're big. Yeah, yeah. Duke. They have a different model altogether. They're not going. I wouldn't call it family size, but I mean, yeah, they definitely come bigger
No,
than
I
most.
see
But
the
yeah,
oil
I
too.
go back and forth. I guess I've never. To this point, I haven't found necessarily the perfect either body wash or so. I like to experiment. But so far, since I started using the more natural soaps, they don't dry out my skin as much. Like I said, the body washes I typically have a good use. In fact, the one I'm using now, it has a bit of it has some exfoliating beads in it, so it's good to yeah, exactly. So it's good to again exfoliate the skin and whatnot. And now, what do you use when you get out of the shower? Like, okay, so yeah, you dry off whatnot. Low body. Do you use a body oat lotion? Do you use an oil? Do you
Also,
what?
shows my screen. I'll show everything right now.
Hmm.
Just waiting for him to share. There we go. So I use everything from here. So I use the body wash right here. I don't use the oils for my beard. Their beards are oils are horrible for beards. I don't use any face products, beard products, just skincare from here. I mean,
Mm.
wash. So I will use their they call it hydration body screen. Is a cream. It pretty much is coconut butter and shave butter and all those stuff and like mixed in one. It works great for me. Might not some other people. I seen literally my coworker, an African man, literally put the shit on his fucking face. I'm like scratching my head, like, yeah, that's a horrible thing, buddy. And I use I would have to go and body spray. Those are three. So my steps out of the shower is dry myself. First thing I put always oil in my beard so it absorbs it because oil and water and open pores works great. I brush through my beard brush. Then little deodorant.
I'm saying on your body. I'm saying on your body.
I'm getting to that next.
Yeah, okay.
Then I hit the body spray. Then I lotion up, and that's it.
Do you lotion wet or you dry off?
I dry off first.
Okay. I know some guys, because if they have, especially when they have really dry skin, they stay not completely dry, not completely wet. They get like the loose water off, but they feel that they get a little more moisture if your skin isn't completely dry before they put whatever the lotion and whatever it has on. They think they, for them it helps to absorb a little bit more.
Every study I looked up has said the opposite. Dry skin after the shower, you should do it immediately after the shower. But dry body because the pores are open. That's the best time to moisturize your body because when you're showering, you're stripping all the natural oils off it.
Right.
That's why you feel so dry.
So I'm saying, if you then take with a towel and you dry yourself off completely, don't you lose some of that window to put the now again, if you're in a humid bathroom, then that may help to keep your pores open, but I know some guys, they swear by it. It's like, they're not soaking wet, but they're not like completely dry either. There's like a window which they operate in to help get that moisture sort of brought into their pores.
So I have about, again, I'm not sure the exact window, the signs right behind it. So don't quote me on this. I believe last time I read it was between 30 to 45 seconds or 45 minutes, something like that. You have from the time you get the water stops hitting your body, you turn it off, you should dry yourself. The pores stay open. It doesn't dry, boom, pores are closed. It takes time, actually. Now, if you do this is good for hair, but bad for ain't good for skin, but bad if you're trying to lotion your body up. So they say if you after you're done showering, go cold, completely cold, and let the cold water hit your body. It actually helps the skin, hydration, and everything. But the downfall is when you try to hydrate your skin, the pores are already closed. So you kind of lose win kind of battle. Yeah. I personally don't like the cold shot personally, and that's too much. I like coming out nice and warm after the shower. Personal preference, of course. Again, that's another way to do it. But again, I don't personally recommend it because I don't like the feeling of it. You can try yourself, Paul, if you like. Like they say, it's good for your hair, good for your beard, good for your skin, good for everything. You say, even weight loss because your body tensions up and it burns fat automatically. They say with the cold water.
Right.
I don't know the science behind it. Maybe you know a little more about it than I do.
I'm not a fan of cold showers. I gotta tell you though.
But, I'm just saying maybe you know a little more about it than I do because I know you.
I've known people who've used them. Obviously, the cold tub treatments and whatnot. If anything, it sort of obviously helps with muscle soreness and whatnot, and helps the body recover. But as far as does it help your skin? In terms of the moisture of the skin and whatnot. That I'm not as familiar with, but I know typically for me, like I said, I get out, I'll definitely put a body lotion on, but at nighttime though, I typically use coconut oil. My wife and we've been using coconut oil for some time now, and we love it. I mean, now again, I don't necessarily do it in the daytime when I got to be out, but coconut oil on the skin, and then you put your PJs on or whatever. It's a nice thing, and it's typically cheap. You can get I get a jar of a big tub of coconut oil from Costco for like $15. So again, you're not spending a ton of money on it, and it doesn't clog your pores. So that's another thing. You can't use any. I think Braxton, he was talking about he uses olive oil. certainly on his skin afterwards. I've heard people using that, but coconut oil, it absorbs. Baby oil, I don't think I think it, from what I've heard over the years, baby oil isn't necessarily the best to use on your skin. And now again, back in the day, that was definitely a thing that people use, but I don't see as many people using baby oil as a moisturizer on their skin the way it used to. But coconut oil is definitely a cheap alternative that gives you, again, similar results, but again, and it's very absorbable in the skin. So we've been using that for some time.
Another good one for moisturizer is bee oil because it has everything you need. It has a jojoba, sesame. It has everything in it. So a lot of people use this for body hydration. Obviously, there are other companies that are small, bigger than what I have in my hands, like Bria brand. You can get
yeah. Let me ask the ladies. So, ladies in the chat, I think Lady Novoa, again, shout out to you for being in the chat. Yeah, Vaseline over baby oil. Yeah, back in the day, baby oil was like the thing. But again, I don't know too many women who, and some would even use mineral oil. That was another thing that they would use. But again, if you didn't have a lot of money to get certain things, those were certainly cheap alternatives to get mineral oil or baby oil. But again, I don't know too many people are using baby oil anymore as a moisturizer, at least from the ladies' point of view. Because again, men we wouldn't use baby oil on ourselves because it just smelled too sweet on us. But I know ladies used to use it a lot. So I don't know if ladies, are you still do women still use, or young girls or whatever, are they still using baby oil as a moisturizer? Let me know in the chat if they are, but I don't think. No. Milani, you had to go there. No Diddy. All right, so we're not going there tonight. No Diddy on the.
Seriously? You guys are jokes.
That's not where I was going with that. I was asking a serious question. You had to take it.
You're wicked. You're wicked. That's right. Yo.
Yes, no Diddy. That was not a reference to Diddy when we're talking about the baby oil. But that was a thing. I mean, back again, 70s, 80s, mineral oil, castor, sometimes, baby oil. They would use it in the hair. They would use it on the skin, especially for kids. Hey, Eric, again, thanks for coming through tonight. I'll talk to you later.
Eric.
But definitely they would. That was certainly one of the staples in the kit that folks used back in the day. But again, you didn't have. I think I said the body industry, and I don't know if Bath and Body Works was one of the first ones. But again, all of these different products to use on the skin, the exfoliators and the night cream. Again, you got a night cream, you got a day cream. Again, things were a lot simpler back in the day as it is now. So again, does your night regimen differ from your day regimen when it comes
Absolutely.
to your topicals?
My day one is very simple. My day one is like wake up, brush my teeth, mouthwash, wash the face, use the bronzer, then use my moisturizer, oil to the face, brush my beard out the door. Simple. I'm a night more person shower. I don't shower during the day. Simple as that. That's my personal routine. Because that's how I always did it. I don't know why. I have no if or buts behind it. That's how it works for me. Simple. But my night one depends on the night. So because I don't wash my hair every day, I wash my hair once a week. Before you say, ew, that's nasty. No, it's not, because you need the natural oils. It actually helps you health growth. And that's why my hair is, like you see, very fluffy and nice. And I wash my hair every day. People who wash their hair every day probably have shitty fucking hair. If you don't, you have great fucking genetics. And I like to know where you got genetics from. But for a normal person, once a week. Saturday through Thursday, it just regular wash, scrub my beard, wash my face in the shower, out, dry, lotion, face, wash, beard, and everything. And we're talking about beard. Everybody need a couple tools. Blow dryer. Most men don't own a blow dryer, believe it or not. I looked it up. 75% men don't own a blow dryer, believe it or not. They have some decent ones. Like you can find an idea. This is a Babylish, one of the more top end lines. And these are, you can find this very good price on Amazon. You don't need to go crazy. Go to attachments. Just get a plain one from and last forever.
Mhm.
And if you have a beard, you definitely need one of these too. A beard straightener.
A beard straightener.
Why do you think
So
my
what
beard
is it hot or is it?
Yes.
Hot?
So it goes up to 300 and no, I'm sorry, up to 400 degrees is overkill. Anything over 300, anything over 370.
No, you do not.
360. I'm sorry.
No, you do not. Yeah, you do not blow dry bald heads. Yeah, that's right.
I actually have a video of that. Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, show me that one. Yes.
I'm gonna show you. You're gonna get a kick out of this.
But someone blow dry the bald head.
Hang on. Yes, hang on. I know the guy. I know him personally. He's a good friend of yours too. Actually, you know him too. You know him.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Yeah. So the reason I'm showing these products and these tools are because don't spend any money on cheap shit. I did that. I used to buy the cheap shit all the time. Like if you want to buy something cheap and it's gonna work forever, wooden comb. This has been working for years. It's not changed for a reason. Good for the hair and for beard. A buzzer. Spend the extra $50 on it. Because you spend the extra buzz on a Brio, one of the best beard trimmers in the market. Straight up.
Yep, there you go. What's up? What We Know podcast. Thanks for stopping
Let me show you my
through.
man
Shout out to you.
here,
Yes, sir.
Who does I gotta find his video again. Did I lose it? Yes. Give me 1 second, bring it up. But yeah, you definitely need a couple products. Nothing wrong with that. Like it's actually, I think it's a good idea to have some products as a man because you need them. I'm not saying go buy a where's that $500 blow dry there's also vacuum cleaner. The same company makes vacuum cleaners.
Dyson. Yeah, they come out crazy. Like $500 blow dry.
Something like that. I bought $80. It was $80 and it has not broke down once yet. All right, I'm gonna show my screen and you probably recognize this guy. He's actually a pretty cool guy. You'll like him.
Okay, we gotta see this. So this is a bald man blow drying his head. Oh, this guy. You don't even have any hair on your head. Why are you even using that?
I got more. It's not the only one. Hang on. Where's the blow? I had one that did it with my hair. No way to blow dry my hair. I gotta find that one. Hang on a second. You're gonna get a kick out of it. Poem. Also,
only you do this then.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so there you go. Now you know, ladies and gentlemen, because I knew that's like this kid. So, to have a hair dryer for his cats. Oh, you can. Yeah, I bought one for my dog. It has like a long hose on or whatnot. So we definitely fluff up the dog for sure.
Actually, give me a second. I'll show you guys this one. Where is it? So you can straighten your braid two different ways. A blow dryer or a straightener. Both work great, but both work for a different cause.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like, let's go back here. Let me try and find one. Where is it? I'll find it. Give me a second. But it's every tool you need, you use it for a different cause. You keep that in mind. Everything. Oh, I know how to find it. It'll be easier way. Hang on. Because you will need. Okay, here we go. Here's one. So every tool you use it for a different reason. Like you see, my beard is all fucked up right now, right there. Mm-hmm. And my beard was a lot longer. So to take care of it, don't mind the chest hairs, by the way, guys. But you can strain your beard. Like it does miracles. A crazy beard like that, in 30 seconds after a little oil, you always put oil before you heat any heat treat to your beard or your hair, because it will literally cook your fucking beard. I am not joking. It will literally cook your beard because when you put it on, you hear it pop and cracking. And that's from the minerals on there. And you see the difference, right? Look how much little difference you see.
So it's like a straightening comb? I mean, yep. it's
but it's made for beards. So, and that's the beauty about it.
Interesting.
I'm trying to find the one video with the hair. I know I have it somewhere in here. Here it is. I hit the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Hold this. There we go. I know why I hit the wrong button. So apologize.
See, only you would do this.
Yeah. See, you gotta take his hair. And it's one more, I think.
Shout out to the 7B network. We don't do this.
You gotta take care of the locks there, man. Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on.
This goes against 7B bylaws. All right. So again, no blow dryers, no. Yeah, you also put a do-rag.
I have actually. Don't tempt me. I will.
Oh my gosh. No. Scalp drying, no. Obviously, this is a troll attack on the 7B network. I'm feeling the disrespect here. So again, 7B members, we do not engage in follicle shaming. So again, we're not going to recommend that people use a blow dryer on their bald head.
You were saying? Boss, you have to say now?
That's not a do-rag. That's a bandana.
I know, but I done more crazy shit than a do-rag. I done bandanas. I done everything. You name it. I have had it in my hair at some point or another.
So she takes her wig
off. Well, listen, earthquake.
Wow. I tell you, man. I mean, it's but you.
The yoke of the devil has been destroyed.
Fuck the frail shit. 'Cause when my
man. Well, obviously you've had a long journey with, doing all kinds of things to your hair. You grew your hair out, you cut all of it off. You've done, has there been anything that you haven't done yet that you're still looking to do, with your personal grooming habits or what have you? Is there a look that you're going for that you haven't explored yet? But it seems like you've gone through the,
it's only one thing I haven't really done with my beard yet. I always wanted the big, long Kronos beard, like down here with a V shape, the sharp lines into it. Mm-hmm. The only reason, because something always happens, I have to shave my beard on a job interview or a special event, or I get fucking tired of it sometimes because it is a lot of goddamn fucking work behind it. Mm-hmm. So let's see this time, because I'm still experimenting with my hair. I'm still experimenting with my look. I'm always changing. And like I haven't, like I'm like this way, like here, little behind the scenes. Because I'm very transparent with my crowds and my peeps and everybody. My Spartans out there. I'm getting a haircut in the next 3 weeks. So, except doing a side comb over, we're gonna do the old school undercut slick back from like World War II style. I think it'll look very fresh with the beard and everything, and I'll play with it from there. Experiment. Mm-hmm. I'm still debating, going back and forth. Should I grow my hair back out, or should I keep it nice and short, in like a fresh cut, clean look? Mm.
Yeah. Like I said,
why not? Let's ask the chats. Should I grow my hair back out, guys, or should I keep it short? Why not? Let's see what they say. It's going to be my choice at the end of the day anyway.
Right.
But I want to see what people say. I'm curious.
Right. Do you also think there are limits based on your age in terms of what hairstyles look good for you? Because you're turning 40. So, if you're not 40 already, so I'm asking a genuine question.
I'm 38 for another.
Okay, fine. So when you turn 40, do you think there's certain styles? Do you think there'll be a change in your game again based on your age? Do you think is there a look to a man, just like with women we say the same thing? Like a woman in her 40s, should she look like a woman in her 20s? Same thing with a guy. Should a guy in his 40s be rocking a haircut or grooming pattern that a 20-something is wearing at the time, or should you sort of age gracefully with the changes in age? Should the hairstyles reflect your age, or should a 4-year-old man have a mohawk, for example?
So there's some styles should die with the past. Like the what's that style coming back now? Business up front, part in the back, bullshit. What is it called? Help me out, Paul. What's from your generation?
Well, what's it? What's it again? Describe it again.
Party front, business up front, part in the back. Is back. Oh man, what is it
We're
called?
talking about not the What you mean the ponytail in the back?
No, can't remember what it was called. A lot of white guys rocked it back in the day.
Mhm. Not the
so-
ponytail. I mean,
No,
so
no,
it's
no. Not the
mullets?
Yeah, they kept it short like this up front, mullet. Like
Yeah.
the mullet should die in the past. That's one style. Like there's some styles should not come
Mhm.
back.
Mhm.
Like the side part, there's a classic style is never going to die. It looks fresh. I don't
Mhm.
care what generation you're in. I don't care where you are. A buzz cut that's going to last too. I'm like, I go back to buzz cut every so often. Every few years, I go, let's do a buzz cut.
Mhm.
Why not? That's another fresh and good look. Long hair, yeah, I think everybody. There are a couple of haircuts that every man needs to rock at some point in their lives. One, a long man bun, ponytail, or whatever you want to call it, because they go through these waves in hair. All right, some styles go they're hard in, like right now. The long man bun / side part is very in right now. Now, also the mullet is in too. I don't know why. Whoever brought it back should be stabbed in the goddamn dick, in my personal opinion. I blame freaking Dominic Mysterio personally, but that's my personal opinion.
Mhm.
Braids, great example. They have not gone on a style ever. They're still in style. I rocked braids at one time. You probably did at one point, right, Paul?
No. I never grew my hair out that much. I never had I never had an afro, at least not like a big 3-4 inch. I never had an afro growing up. My hair wouldn't grow that long. I've
You
had
didn't let it.
waves. I've had, cuts cut, short to the vest. I used to have parts. So again, back in the day, black men, you would get the part in on either on the side or that angled
Yeah, I remember
part in the hair and whatnot. But now a lot of these styles that you're talking about, obviously a lot of black men aren't going to wear. But even for the brothers, I think there's certain things that are not coming back. Like the kid and play box top, that's not coming back. That was definitely an 80s, 90s style. I can't see that coming back anytime soon with the high fade and the hair all the way up. I think some of those styles I think are going to go. Yeah, the Gumby. Yeah, a lot of those styles are not coming. Certainly not
Don't say
coming
no,
back. I
because
think
we saw the mullet wouldn't come back, but it came back. So you say it may not come back right now, but
I
wait another
can't.
10, 20 years. We never know what come back.
I'm kind of surprised the Mohawk was around because I know when Mr. T was around, obviously the Mohawk kind of became a thing or whatnot. But I
It came back
never.
white. It came back to early 2000s, like about 2012, right? It was really in for a while. Then it died off, and now it's starting to come back a little bit now, but a longer version, like a man bun mohawk kind of thing.
Mm.
So they shave it aside and have the V, but they tie it in a man bun in a way. It's weird, but it's cool at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. The only hairstyle that I remember a lot of guys, especially a lot of white guys going for, besides the Mohawk, was there was this football player named Brian Bosworth. And there was this boss cut. So it was kind of shaved on the sides, and he had this kind of spiky kind of hairstyle or whatnot, but it was like a thing. So all these young kids got this Boz haircut. And that was the last time I remember a trend outside of the mullet and stuff in the 90s, but definitely the Boz was definitely a trend that a lot of guys, a lot of young guys emulated. But I don't remember a lot of, styles that guys were getting that was like, like that. Now, I also know on the black side, I know the Caesar guys were getting, again, where you get the perfectly straight line like Julius Caesar, so that you had the comb over, so to speak, and it was perfectly shaped and angled on the sides like Julius Caesar and whatnot. I know a lot of guys were getting that for a time. Did you ever rock anything like that in the past?
I never did because it was never attracted to me, to be honest with you. But the side comb over is something I've been rocking since I was a little kid. That's my mom's favorite hairstyle. She loves it to death. She loves it on every man. My father rocked it. My current fella did not rock. He rocked a slick back because he starting to lose a little bit of his hair. So that's why he always slicked it back personally. So a side comb over is a lot of like a very classy, fresh business look. You can rock it at a date. You can go have a drink with a couple of friends. There's so many different ways you can do it. So I need waves, seriously.
Finger waves, yeah. So them waves that get real thick, it's like they're not just like mine were always small, always had the little waves. But yeah, some guys it's like their wave pattern was like 1 inch thick. It almost like I don't know if they got them cut in.
Up to a 4 inch thick. Some
Oh my
people.
God.
And like I said, I think this is my personal opinion. I might be wrong, and that's fine. But I feel every man should rock a man bun at one point and a buzz cut at one point.
Brothers can't do man buns. I'm sorry. unless they get braids. If they can get braids in their hair or whatnot, they may decide to tie it back. But generally, and again, with the curliness of our hair, that typically doesn't happen unless you make a conscious choice to really grow your hair out. Like the Rastafarians or whatever, you really grow it out and you try to do something with it, like the Bob Marley thing. But
he had a man bun and he was Jamaican and Dominican, but he had more Jamaican DNA on him, and his hair, he was long hair. I'm not denying it wasn't like overnight, but you can do it if you wanted to. I've seen it happen. But what I'm saying, when I say man bun, I'm saying long hair.
Right.
Like you can braid, you can do whatever you want with it. I braided a couple times, but like people look at it and like, my braid look pretty sick, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. See, what's wrong with a man bun? You got something to say now?
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I'm just saying for a lot of brothers aren't don't grow that out. So I'm just saying.
Be careful what you say. He is a Marine. I'm just gonna warn you right now. But be careful.
Shout out to the Marines. Simplify.
Just be careful what you say. That's all I'm gonna say. After that, your funeral. I hope you have a will. But seriously, let's be honest. I think everybody should have long hair at some point, and that's my personal opinion. It doesn't matter if it's short hair, long hair, braided, whatever fits you. So everybody has their own style. I like changing my style up every so often because I get bored. I like change it up. Now, you're kind of stuck at that looking now.
I embrace it. Look, the way I look at it, I look timeless, right? Most people can't tell my age upon first look. Obviously, I don't look 25, but when I tell them I'm 55 years old, and I think certainly your health and your overall look, your exercise, your taking care of yourself, inside and out, I think that certainly helps. But I like the classic look. Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson. Shout out to Yul Brynner. Shout out to Louis Gossett Jr., Michael Jordan. Shout out to all those guys who rock the ball lifestyle and the look. I think it's classic. I think it's timeless. And like I said, I'm just like one of those guys. I've always just liked being clean shaven. I've never liked excess body hair. So again, long time ago, I used to use neat and nair on my legs, to get rid of the hair. And so now my legs are hairless. And so I just like being clean. But I never, back in the 70s, back in the day when, the guys used to have the open shirts and the chest hair coming out and whatnot. Like I never, yes, the Shaq, Steve Harvey, absolutely. Yeah, remember Steve Harvey used to wear that box cut, and I don't even know if that was his own hair. He looked ridiculous with it. But in any event, I never, that 70s look with the chest hair and whatnot, that always looked kind of barbaric to me. So I've never been a fan of body hair, when you see guys have it on their backs and things of that nature. And again, shout out to Manscaped and all those guys now who are now, grooming their bodies, shaving off their body hair and keeping that kind of clean, that kind of clean look. So again, I think the bear look that a lot of guys had, chest hair, and then them hairs would be peasy. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever see especially the black guys with the chest hair, them hairs look like nappy on the chest and all that. I never appreciated that. I never appreciated that look at all. So
was a question in the chat from Gilbert. That he asked if I ever had or should I do a marine cut. By the way, bud, I have done that too. I've done almost every cut you can can think of.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I have great genetic hair. That's one good thing about me. B, at my age, most men have shitty hair, like their hair is fried or anything like that. Mine is not. It's actually, it flows like more like crazy. And it's soft as crazy. The person who braided my hair last time, she goes, "You have one of the best hairs, but I'm cursing you out because it's so soft. I have a hard time grabbing your hair to braid it." And this is a professional braider, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Taco meat Chester. Yes. That back in the day, and guys used to rock that look like they were doing something. I was like, oh please. I mean, I just don't want to see that. And so again, yeah, shave that off. Shout out to Manscaped. Body grooming, I approve, and I'm just not a fan of that look anymore. Yes, thank God the Jerry curl is long in the past. So again, no more soul glow, no more getting your couches stained up with the Jerry curl look. So shout out to thank goodness that's the style that went away. That went away as well. So yeah, a lot of hairstyles need to stay in history and never to return back. So I approve of all I approve of all that. But again, shout out to those who again rock the ball lifestyle. Like I said, I still love it, and I definitely remember sideburns. I did try to grow some sideburns, but my hair got very thin here. I actually tried to do so when I had my waves. I had my waves in real good, and I wanted to have like almost like you almost like almost I wanted them tapered. Like in Star Trek, like the movie lines, the Star Trek movie lines with Kirk and the crew, like Wrath of Khan and whatnot. How everyone had those tapered sideburns. So they had the straight edge cut, and the sideburns were kind of tapered to an edge. I actually tried to grow that out from when I got married because I always looked at I like that sharp look of the sideburn that came down, but it was like to a point. And I just couldn't grow it out because, again, I literally hair would grow here, but on the side of my head right here, like I couldn't grow out any hair. So my cut line would be right here. This is bald. Like I never grew hair in this area. My hairline would kind of start from this point and then would go down for whatever reason, but I can never grow that.
It's funny you mentioned this because today I was at a store and I was texting my friend, and I go to her like, "Are the chopped back in style?" She goes, "No, don't tell me you fucking think this stupid and ugly." I literally just watched somebody walk past me, literally deep chops, literally down to here, like the whole 90. Like I'm like, and he had a buzz cut. I'm like, are they back in style? I know mustaches were coming back in style for a minute.
Yeah.
And I think of the beard.
You talk about the '70s stash, the big ones that came all the way down, the big bushy ones.
Doing a couple. I see a couple of them. I'm like, this has been when I was back in my university years when I was working in college. I saw some of them doing the thin mustache. I saw the thick one. I saw even the Monopoly one, the elbow twister ones. I saw a little bit of everything with the mustache. Then it just died off completely. It was like good for a good year. Boom, it died off. And then beards came in, and beards ever been in ever since. And during COVID, they picked up even more. I think beards.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a trend. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I think beards is certainly a trend to stay. Whether or not how quickly they gain acceptance, like in the corporate boardrooms and things of that nature, we'll still we'll see how that evolves. I think generally in corporate, I think they still like the clean shaven look. But again, we got to see. In the next few years, that look changing, as well as man bun. Like I've seen guys with longer hair, man buns, etc. How that gains acceptance in certain circles or whatnot. We'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, the Superfly mustache or the Village People mustache. Yeah, that look. I don't know if that's coming back anytime soon. But yeah, man. But this has been fun as we certainly come towards the end of the.
Who knows, man?
End of the show.
The best show that this network has, and my network. Both networks are privileged and honored to have us too. If anybody has something else, they can fight me. It's very simple. I will take you on any day of the week. This is the best show, hands down. It starts your week and ends your week. I don't care how you look at it. This is the best.
Now, now just to forward it, I believe next week is our call-in show.
I
think so. I think we're gonna have our. that we're going to have our call in. So that absolutely, that certainly the next time.
Yeah, I thought
Boss
I
man. Now you said, so you talk about me offending Marines. You just offended the Marine again. The boss man saying watch it. So again, the boss man, he said it, I didn't. So yeah, I'm bailing him apart.
Oh,
Right?
I take it. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of him. Okay.
But I think we if not next week, then the week after, I think we have a call-in show where folks will be able to come and join. So again, on the call-in show, again, we try to do that around once a month as well. So again, certainly we invite people to.
It is an open call-in show, but we're also talking about holidays at the same time. I did.
Okay. So again, we'll make sure next week we drop the link in the chat where you guys can certainly come in and chop it up with us and just say hi to us. I mean, I want to hear from some folks. Katalia, please come on show next week and just say hi to us. Can you just do that?
You know what? I love.
We won't even request that you be on the screen, but but Lady Navoa, just come up and say hi to us. We just love hearing from our audience, especially for those who support us on a weekly basis. We'd appreciate if you guys came up and just chopped it up with us a little bit. We really appreciate you guys spending your Sunday nights with us. You can be anywhere, doing anything, seeing anything. Some of you guys are watching the game tonight. Saquon Barkley went off, rushed for over 255 yards in the game. So I know the Giants, who just let go of Daniel Jones, so they definitely regret that move there. But Saquon, again, obviously one of the biggest acquisitions. Now he's even making more noise than Derrick Henry, certainly NFL at this point. So hey, he's certainly doing his thing. But again, I enjoyed this topic. I think that certainly, definitely men have definitely upped their game when it comes to personal hygiene and personal grooming. The marketplace is showing that guys are spending millions of dollars a year in grooming products that, again, simply did not exist 10, 15 years ago. Certainly the cologne and fragrance game is certainly high up for men. Thank you all for the suggestions. Like I said, I think I am going with that Sauvage Dior, so I'm going to definitely pick that up. Black Friday's coming up this week, or Cyber Monday. I'm definitely going to pick some of that up.
Actually, technically, on Amazon and some other companies, they're doing an early Black Friday. They're doing it. They started literally Monday.
Yeah.
I think because the sales.
Yeah, I have Prime, so I've seen this. So I'm going to look at that, and but I may want to go now. Again, is that Sauvage? Is that typically a night fragrance or like a something that you wear during the day?
By night. Most wanted by night. You mean?
I'm saying this Dior Sauvage. Is that a night fragrance or is that something for the daytime? Or can you wear it pretty much anywhere? I just want.
It depends on which one you get. That's what
okay.
It is. I would I'll send you this website. Go with this website. Order a couple small ones, and go from there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll be working on my fragrance game. But again, from head to toe, guys are definitely taking agency and ownership of it, and I encourage that for any man. Again, there's nothing wrong with going and getting your pedicures and mani-pedis and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with getting massages, getting the body work done, which I'm certainly become a huge proponent of, certainly over the last few years. Again, I still do a lot of heavy lifting and training. So again, getting that body work in, that deep tissue massage, and just making sure that, that my body's good so I can go in and attack it again. Definitely, that's a major portion of my lifestyle right now. So definitely getting that it's not comfortable. It hurts, right? This isn't something just relaxing. But, certainly, getting that body work to break down that muscle tissue and make sure that you can recover properly for your next workouts. So I'm a big fan of that. But just overall, I'm happy that guys are starting to take personal interest in themselves and make sure that they they take care of themselves inside and out. Also make sure you check your diet. Make sure you get a well-balanced diet in, supplement when you need to. But again, just take care of yourself. Exercise, again, is probably your number one fountain of youth. Okay, is definitely good exercise and whatnot. And sex doesn't hurt either, especially when it's done in the proper arrangement. Right? So so again, all these things is to make sure that you guys are around, especially for my older brothers, 50 and up. Again, it's never too late to start taking better care of yourself. So definitely appreciate that. But that's all I got to say on the topic. So, Peter, you want to, last thoughts and close this up?
When it comes down to a man, like myself, I have a beard guy. I always recommend a good beard, whatever. If you hear another guy recommend you about a beard and stuff like that, I don't have time for that. Oh, fuck that. You know what I'm talking about? Try it for a couple of days before you say no. Worst case now you lose a few bucks. That's nothing. If you don't try something, you don't know what you can learn in knowledge. Like, that's one thing about my channel and the BMU channel and all these channels I go on. And when people come, oh, Pete's on, let's talk about grooming. And I recommend, like I said, oils, beard strainers, blow dryers. You may learn something or two. And like, I know I recommended, remember the face scrubs I recommended to you, right, Paul?
Yeah, for sure.
How you like them?
So far, so good. I need to go back and you send me at least 2 or 3 of them, right?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Send me again. And you got those off of Amazon or these were direct site? Yeah. Send it to me again. I want to check some out because I'm actually running low on some scrub. I need to probably get a little bit more. But I'm into
try something different.
Yeah, definitely.
Try something. That's all. Except that I'm ready to get out of here. About you?
All right, same here. So again, thank you everyone once again for joining us on another edition of The Gray Area. Thanks for the late arrivals. I know Arpine, I think he stopped in for a minute. Shout out to you and all the work that you're doing. Make sure you tune in on Monday night for his show right here also on the BMU Network. Okay, so we're going to have that Talk That Flipping Tables Tuesday, and we have shows, one-on-one sports show on Wednesday. So we got content for basically 7 days of the week. And, so certainly we definitely ask that you consider following and supporting the BMU Network, as well as, again, Sparta HQ Network. Make sure you go over to Peter's channel, show him some love as well. It helps his algorithm. But for all of you guys, again, enjoy your week. Have a great one. So, again, I'm Mr. Bennett. He is
This is Sparta!
the ghost of Sparta, a.k.a. Peter, a.k.a. Ponyotis. This is The Gray Area. Have a great week. If we don't see you guys, again, enjoy your holiday, however you decide to celebrate it. Again, spend that time with your families, eat well, and just enjoy this time of year. And just always, all of us can find a reason to be thankful in these times. And I'm certainly thankful. One of the reasons here that I get to share this platform with Mr. Peter every week. So again, thank you, Peter, for this opportunity. This is The Gray Area. You guys take care. Have a great week. Take care. God bless.
All right, guys, another one in the books. Another great episode on the Black Man Unfiltered Network. Listen, we're doing the thing over here. So, guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, which helps the channel, hit your boy Cash App. It's scrolling right here, right there, at the bottom of the screen. And support the channel. But we're happy that you're here, and we look forward to seeing you on every episode. So hit the notification button so you know when we go live. Thank you again, guys, for watching. We out.